Hey guys, this is Anali and I am back with a new tutorial. From this tutorial, we will be discussing about the kinetics of particle, in which we will be discussing about the D'Alembert's principle. So guys, before that, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, you subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get the notification about the newly uploaded videos. So guys, let us first understand that what does the D'Alembert's principle is. Actually, the D'Alembert's principle is nothing but the modification of the Newton's second law of the motion. The Newton's second law of the motion can be written as sigma f, that is equals to mass into acceleration. Okay, now the D'Alembert's principle is written as sigma f minus m into a, that is equals to 0. And here this m into a is nothing but an inertia force. Now let us understand that what does it means. Actually, the D'Alembert's principle is regarding the dynamic equilibrium of the body. Now let us consider a body which is acted upon the system of the forces, let us say that is F1, F2. Okay, and these two forces are having the resultant of R. Now, on application of these two forces on the body, this system moves with an acceleration of a along the positive x direction. Now to maintain this body under dynamic equilibrium, we need to apply the force having the product of mass into acceleration in the opposite direction to that of the motion of the body. So let us consider this as an entire system. Okay, and since this system is moving with an acceleration of a along the positive x direction, we need to apply the inertia force along the negative x direction having the magnitude of product of mass into acceleration, that is m into a. Okay, so now we will be applying the conditions of the equilibrium, that is summation of the forces is equals to 0 for the equilibrium of the body. So here there are two forces acting, that is sigma f and inertia force. So we are writing the equation as sigma f minus ma equals to 0. So this is basically the D'Alembert's principle. So D'Alembert's principle is regarding the dynamic equilibrium of the body only. Now let us understand it by comparison with that of the Newton's second law of the motion. So now let us consider a block which is placed on a horizontal surface. The coefficient of the friction between the contact is mu, and there is a force F which is applied along the horizontal direction. Now there will be frictional force having the magnitude of mu and acting in along the negative x direction. Okay, now when we are applying the condition, we are applying the Newton's second law of the motion, then we can easily write that sigma f, that is equals to mass into acceleration. Okay, and here the summation of the force is nothing but f minus mu n, that is equals to mass into acceleration. Now if we want to apply the D'Alembert's principle, that is regarding the condition of the dynamic equilibrium, so what we need to do is we need to apply the inertia force having the magnitude, that is product of mass into acceleration in the opposite direction to that of the motion of the body. Means the body will be moving in this direction, so we need to apply the inertia force along this direction. So now the according to D'Alembert's principle, so sigma f, that is equals to 0. Okay, and here the summation of the forces consists of f minus mu n minus m into a, that is equals to 0, and this ma is nothing but an inertia force. Okay, and this inertia force is nothing but a fictitious force, that is pseudo force, which is we consider that it is acting on the body to maintain this body under equilibrium, that is dynamic equilibrium. And now let us consider one more example to understand the D'Alembert's principle. So if we are considering this block to be resting on an inclined plane, let us say this inclination is theta. So there will be the frictional force acting, that is mu n, if the force is acting in this direction, that is F. There will be weight of the block acting in the downward direction, that is mg. So taking the two components, this would be mg cos theta and this would be mg sin theta. Okay, now when we are applying the Newton's second law of the motion, then F minus mg sin theta minus mu n, that is equals to mass into acceleration. This we have obtained by applying the Newton's second law of the motion. Now when we will be applying the DLMH's principle, then it says that sigma f equals to 0. So what we need to write is f minus mg sin theta minus mu n minus ma, that is equals to 0. So this is along the x direction. So sigma fx equals to 0. So we have obtained the component of the force, that is sigma fx equals to 0, and we have applied the DLMH's principle along the x direction. Okay, so guys, that's all regarding the DLMH's principle. If you have any doubt, do comment in the comment section, and thank you guys for watching this video.